are Sofía Galaz and Consuelo Sanchez from Section 4, and this is our first task. We choose the theme of homosexuality in education. Okay, we know that the violence to homosexuality people has been increased in the last years. It is because an important part of the society isn't prepared yet to deal, tolerate and accept the diversity present in the current time.
The increment of discrimination has generated an alert in the institutions and the communities. Because of that, the government implement measures to protect the potential victims and at the same time worry about not leave and punish the aggressors. The first investigation is educating in diversity, sexual orientation and gender identity in the classroom. This text is about discrimination, gender, orientation and human rights. Also to give tools and didactic activities to foster the education in this theme, with a manual distributed in 500 schools in Chile. An example is that have an accompanying program where it creates instance with a counselor of individual and group weight to promote and increase self-esteem. Also have a virtual program and books about this.
Okay, another investigation is homosexuality, is homophobia and transphobia in the schools. Some objectives of this investigation are to know if in schools have classes about sexuality with focus in sexual minorities. And other objective is to know the success and repulse level of students have in terms of sexual minorities. The results of this investigation was that 50% of students answered that never had classes about sexuality, and 77.2% of students that have classes of sexuality didn't include topics about sexual diversity. This investigation is present in the web page of MOVIL, that is the Movement of Integration and Liberation Homosexuality.
Okay, legislation in Chile. The first law is the Ley General de Educación. This law was passed in 2009. Despite it doesn't refer to sexual minorities, include the concept of fight against discrimination and respect social diversity.
Another law is Ley contra el Bullying. It is about school violence. It was passed in 2011 and have a really positive mark about combating homophobia and transphobia in classrooms.
The last law is the Ley de Inclusión Educacional. This law was passed in 2015 and it seeks to give the conditions to the children and teenagers who goes to schools that receive subvention from the state can choose the establishment and receive a quality and equity education.
Okay, examples of the promote the inclusion in education are training teachers, also orientation and programs and material. The first example is training in basic concepts of homosexuality to workers of the different areas of Mineduc and educational system. Another example is the development of the course e-learning to teachers imparted by the Training Center Experimentation and Pedagogical Research.
The third example is the inclusion of the category of complaint for gender identity and discrimination in the form of the superintendents of the education. And last is the actualization of the orientation and implement a program to foster the affective fields and the other programs about gender and sexual orientation. These examples are present in the page of Mineduc. As conclusion, we think that although of the important progress in terms of homosexuality people, inclusion that we has been in Chile in last years, there is a lot to do yet, as the discrimination is still present in many areas of our society, whether labor, school, social, etc.
Also is essential that education about this theme starts since the first school stage to form a society and new generations that be aware that all people have the same rights and deserve respect no matter their sexual option or condition. Okay, that was our task. Thank you for watching our presentation. We hope that you enjoyed.